What's up, Saints and Aints? Welcome back to another episode of Music and Makeup. I am your host, Nola Darling, and today, because we are in the middle of a heat wave, I'm going to be showing you all my summertime makeup look, and I'm also going to be sharing with you all some of my favorite new music releases, so let's jump into it. For my eyes today, I'm going to use the Danessa Myricks Color Fix pigments. The shades I'm using today are Nude 8 and Gold Mine. I want to go today for like a warm but shimmery look, and these pigments are waterproof, so they are meant to last through sweat, and they stay really well. I'm gonna use a combination of these two pigments on the eyes. Might mix in a little bit of that carrot top. All right, so I'm gonna use this palette here to put out some of the pigment. A little bit goes a long way with this, so you don't really need much. And I'm gonna use this as a transition color for my eye. It was really too much, but that's how much I use, a little bitty bit there. I'm going to use the Danessa Myricks My Kit Code collaboration brush. This is MY27, the Miami applicator. I'm going to just pat this on my eye, just kind of all over my lid. I love this brown color. I was wrong. You do need a bit more than that little drop for the lid. And so I'm going to just pat the pigment into my lid. I like how that looks. I like to let this dry a little bit. Khrysis and the Silent Snipers, they released a album entitled The Perfect Time, and I'm really liking this. This is really jazzy. The song that's playing now, this is the first single from off of the album called Something New, and it features the Mussolini. And y'all already know, I said in previous episodes, I love Khrysis and Moose together. They just really tend to make magic, and Moose just absolutely floats over this. He does really well with like jazzy, laid-back type beats. I know some people say it's too laid back, but I think that's a part of his appeal. So yeah, I'm rocking with this. This is it. Nice, cool vibe to ease into the day. There's also a video too for this, so y'all go check that out. I think I'm gonna do one more layer of the pigment. I'm looking for a warm, shimmery brown sugar type look. So I'm gonna do one more layer. So far, I have been very impressed with these Danessa Myrick and My Kit Code brushes. They have been excellent addition. I wish I had bought the ultimate pack at this point. The song is Slow Down. This is one of the favorite songs from off the album. Y'all know I like a good song for the ladies. I'm learning with this pigment, it's not really dragging it across the eye is not really recommended. I pat in, and then remember to look up. I'm going to blend this out using my Danessa Myricks Blooming Romance palette. I'm going to, I think, use the color Bliss, which is right here, and I'm just going to use the powder part and then just kind of blend some of this out. I'm going to go in and just put a little bit of the Gold Mine on. I wish I had gotten her Color Fix and Glaze, but this is what we're working with now. And to apply Gold Mine, I'm going to use the Danessa Myricks My Kit Code brush. This is MY24, and it's the Miami applicator. I probably needed more eye brushes. I didn't get a whole bunch because I said, oh, I don't need any eye brushes like that. Pat that on here. Alright, so that's that eye. How we looking? I like it so far. I'm gonna have to blend some of this out. I'm going to be Yummy Skin Tint, and this is in the shade 12. Something to remember with skin tints, they are not full coverage. They're just really light to give a quick kiss of color to the skin. I do not have perfect skin, so I've already gone in with the Danessa Myricks Blurring Balm Powder over top of my... I'm going to follow that up with the Fenty Beauty We're Even Hydrating Concealer, and this is in the color 480N. And I'm just going to use that to... Oh, Boldy James and Conductor Williams dropped the first single off of their upcoming album entitled Across the Tracks. This is the song that I'm playing right now. It's called Terms and Conditions. Y'all already know how I feel about Boldy and his music. Go back and check my episode that I did if you're not familiar with his catalog to get yourself familiar. So the project is releasing on June 28th, I believe, and it is, y'all know what I love, a one producer album. I want this makeup to stay. I've already laid the concealer down. I'm going to spray my brush with the Urban Decay All Nighter spray. I'm just going to wet my brush and blend it all in. If you lock those layers down while it's still wet, you'll be all right. This is what it looks like once I've color corrected. Now I'm going to apply the skin tint. I don't want layers and layers of makeup. I want to conceal some of the hyperpigmentation that I have going on and a little bit of evenness to what we have going on here. I'm just going to pat here with the puff as I'm looking. just so I can some of the excess. Yeah, I'm excited to see what Boldy and Conductor put together. It's gonna be a good project. And the artwork seems pretty cool too. I saw that they have different pieces of artwork that went with each of the songs. So I know that's gonna be some cool merch. I got my money ready. I'm just gonna use this buffer brush. All right, and so I just like so buff this into the skin. For the blush, I'm going to use the Danessa Myricks Color Fix Carrot Top. And to apply the brush, I'm going to use the Miami Shaper Angle Brush MY5. So I just put a little bit here on the palette and I'm just going to spread that around because this is highly pigmented. And to do my blush, I do like the L shape here just for the placement, so I know from here to here. And I'm just gonna, I know it seems like a lot, but this is gonna get blended out with concealer. This song I'm listening to now, this is Sega by Action Bronson, and it's produced by Alchemist. I love them together since the Rare Chandelier days. This song is a follow-up to his single that he dropped last month called Nourish a Thug. I don't know if this is for like a greater album or if there's another project, but he is on tour doing various dates in Europe, Canada, and the United States. I think he's coming here to DC too, if I am correct. But it's like the Dr. Baklava and the Human Growth Hormone tour. And honey, if it's one thing about Action Bronson, he's going to give you a very interesting tour name, CMBA Leather Tour. This song is from Lyric Jones and it's called Better Now. And if y'all have not been on Lyric's page lately, she has pivoted from hip hop and has moved into dance music. And honey, after listening to this song, it suits her. It really does. And I've been seeing like she had gotten into DJ and she seemed to be doing like a really good job and finding like stride in it. And this is where she has re-emerged with a dance hit. And I love this song. I want to hear this in the day party this summer. Bring back dance music. I mean, dance music's probably already been here. It's just me listening to a ton of rap, but I gotta get more dance music on my playlist because even that song with K Tronada and Mac Hami, I was like, see, this is what I need. A couple dance tracks on my playlist. The thing about these Danessa Myricks pigments, they're waterproof, so even if you sweat and you're outside in the heat, this not rubbing off, baby. Okay, this song that's on now, this is a new release from Blue, produced by Evidence, and this song is called Angel. I ain't lie to y'all, this song broke my heart. It's telling us what he's been up to and some of the misfortunes, and I think that's putting it very tamely and very lightly to call it misfortunes that he has been through over the course of the years. Now I'm going to let the concealer dry down some. Forgot my forehead. So now I'm going to go in and blend out my concealer now that it's dry with my Danessa Myricks MY3 brush. And I just like to go around the perimeter first before I go all the way in. And I love this brush because it gets all in the nooks and crannies. It's just one of my favorites for blending. The first time I heard this song, it broke my heart because Blue is one of my favorite rappers. I used to play The Narrow Path all the time. It was one of my favorite workout albums, strangely enough. And I didn't know all what had happened to him where you hear things, but you don't know if that's necessarily true. And this song tells what has been going on with him over the course of the years. And he lost all of his music, his equipment in a robbery. Then after that, also ended up in jail. He lost a $6 million contract. It's just a lot. He's been through a lot, but he sounds like he is back on the road to, his life in order, or, from that. And covering anyway from incarceration and theft as well. Musicians, when their music and stuff like that, it's somebody's lifeblood, like things he was explaining that he lost, like vinyl. I don't know, technical terms, but that's a big loss. So it could spiral you to like, where do I go? Where do I start creating from here? This song is really just a reminder to me, like, any one event can change the course of your life forever. And two, when you're going through, like, there's all of these, like, say, like, there's just bad shit happening when life is lifing. And I think for this situation, that's too simplistic of a term. But when life gets to lifing, it's easy to just get in the world and try to, yourself back to your life. And that can be hard. I know for myself, if you're going through, sometimes you tend to just go inside or just going inside and not really feeling like dealing with the world, and there's an anger and feeling that people don't understand you. It's a lot. I'm going to take this puff and then just kind of end all the excess product because y'all see it. This is going to be important that this ends up being completely dry for when baking and setting the under eye. So I just want to make sure I don't got no excess under here. So that's what we got right now. I'm gonna try to do contouring technique to connect my cheeks a little bit. So we just go take this around so for the contour. So Kenda Man has dropped a new single called BDK. And that's what you check it down here like this. We go see. I be doing anything. But this is a new song by Kenda Man called BDK. I really like this. I love hearing Kenda Man rap anyway. I like rappers that be popping they shit and Kim be popping her shit. You know who I could hear on this as a remix? Flo Milli. Cause at any minute I just be waiting to hear Flo Milli shit, bitch. Let's see, cause this is supposed to help snatch up the cheeks. Oh, I see the point of doing kind of dragging the contour out. I just saw the points were made with this technique. I see what's going on. So now I'm going to go in and bake my under eye with my Pat McGrath Sublime under eye powder. You can use this powder everywhere, but I use it for my under eye. Khrysis and Pack and Knowledge have formed a group and called NxWorries, and they have released a new album entitled Why Lord. The album has 19 tracks on it and features from Thundercat, Her, Snoop Dogg, Charlie Wilson, and Earl Sweatshirt. I'm a longtime fan of Knowledge's production. I have a number of his beat tapes on my playlist. So Khrysis and Pack, I loved his project with Bruno Mars. The song that I'm listening to now is called From Here, and it's got a feature from Snoop Dogg in October London. And you want to talk about somebody having longevity in their career, Snoop Dogg. But I've been real impressed with this album. I'm trying to get into a slower vibe with some of my music, and this has been something that's real cool to put on while I'm doing my makeup, while I'm working. I'm going to use the One Size Beauty setting powder in Rich Peach. I'm in love with it because I do not get such a bright under eye with this, and I just love the way it shows up on camera. I love how this shakes out, and it's not a lot, and I just kind of not, girl. All right. And then the purpose, you're supposed to be able to dump this. This song is called Keeper, and it's a feature from Thundercat. And so I'm gonna use this as pressed powder. Now, with one size, you gotta tap. I think I rubbed last time. I'm gonna try their Kite Puffs and see. Still applies just as fine. Oh, look at that difference. It does, listen, it does what they say it does. I said you're not supposed to probably brush this. I would tell you not to brush this powder onto your face while you're not like it. I would not brush this in the old school way of applying the powder with the brush. You really got to press this in, but I'm just brushing off all the excess. I'm gonna warm my face back up with this Juvia's Place bronzer. Normally I would use this MAC Studio Finish foundation powder, but it is expired and I'm not trying to play no games. My poor skin been through enough. Now that I have all my powders, everything, all my makeup's been set, I'm gonna use MAC's Prep and Prime Fix. It's a finishing spray, which is just gonna bring everything back together and make it look like skin again. Since I've already set my makeup while I was blending the products in, that's not really necessary. So this is what I'm going to use. And since I'm a lash girly, I'm gonna try my very best to keep my lashes intact through this process. I'm just gonna do my technique I usually do with my setting spray. I'm going to wet this sponge up and then just work it in. So, okay. That's working out better than for me because I'm too scared to spray the appropriate amount in the appropriate places. Here we go. Prep and Prime has always been that girl. Puts everything together so you don't look so powdery afterwards. I'm just kind of run the fan of this to let it dry. I'm gonna put on a little highlighter, and I'm using the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Low Lighters. Now, I got a suggestion in my comments on YouTube on how to use the MY20, the targeted fluff brush. Someone said they've been using theirs for a highlighter. So I'm gonna try that this time around. And I'm just gonna pick some up here. Oh yes. And this is buildable, so you're going to have to, I just love this. Oh yeah, this makes a lot of sense. I kind of think my fingers might be the best for blending this in. I don't know, I keep coming back to using my fingers to blend this in. I think the brush is cool to apply it, but once you have it on, I would Probably still just pat this in like that. Hold up. So that's it. I'm really not sure what direction I'm trying to go in for the lip, but I got some of my basics down here, so we can see where it takes me. I'm gonna start off here with the color XO as a liner for my lips from the Danessa Myricks Groundworks Blooming Romance palette. Ty Farris released a new album called Enigma with an Attitude. This album features production from Wavy the God, Camouflage Monk, and Don the Jeweler. The song I'm listening to now is Third Eye Never Lie, and that is produced by Wavy the God. And this song is 888 by China Street. She dropped the video for this song this week too, so check that out. Alright, so this is where we landing right now with the lip. And I'm gonna fill in my lip. I'm gonna do the rest of it with the Desire right here. It's like peachy color, so I think I'm gonna fill that in with this. And this song now that's queuing up is from Alchemist. And y'all know Alchemist has jumped back in his rhyming bag a lot more this year. And this song he released called Seasons Change. He released it on Father's Day. And it's a beautiful tribute to his son. And the song does feature Tiny Chemist. And the video is absolutely adorable. It starts off with Bluey, if y'all know the children's cartoon. And say Dad sent us a video and they play it. And it is Alchemist. Raps about seasons and how time is marching on. And your children, I always say, if you want to see time go by fast, have kids, because it feels like the time is constantly going fast. So I enjoyed this. I would love to see Alchemist and Bluey episode from my mouth to God's ears. So I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, this is a good video. And there was merch too, of course. This merch, I hope I can grab one. I think it's probably off sale now. I'm trying to get better with showing y'all what I'm doing during this tutorial. Cheerio clubs and snacks in his lap, living carefree. Life's a funny circle. Pouring juice in a sippy cup. You like the one that's purple. Too, in this song, Alchemist talks about how parenthood, there's nothing that compares to it, nothing that he's had, nothing that he's ever obtained, no material possession has ever compared to parenthood. Oh, this is a lesson, y'all. Lip prep is just as important as skin prep. So this is cracking a little bit. I think I'm gonna put a little gloss on it because I just don't like how dry this looks. So I'm gonna use the Pat McGrath Lust Lip Gloss in the color Earth Angel. Put some slick on this thing. I like that much better. All right, Saints and Aints, this is the final face. Everything all put together, hair down, headbands off. The gold mine pigment ended up showing out. I'm a little mad about my brows. They've been cutting up the entire time. But yeah, this is my summertime makeup look. Y'all join me back here next week where I will be doing my makeup and sharing more of the music that I love. Talk to you later, Saints and Aints. Love you. Bye.